Hey guys, Zach here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the NECA Mothra 2019. Now, this version of Mothra comes from the most recent movie in the Godzilla franchise, Godzilla King of the Monsters, which, if you have not seen that movie yet and you want to know my thoughts, I did review on the channel, but if you want to know my thoughts briefly, then I thought it was good. I actually really liked the movie. The first time watching it, I wasn't really a big fan. In fact, the first time I viewed it, a lot of the people in my theater started clapping, which was cool, but yeah, no, I didn't really like it as much the first time, but the second time, I actually started to appreciate the movie more, so yeah. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's get into this. So before we take a look at Mothra herself, let's take a quick look at the accessories that she comes with. So she comes with a clear little rod right here, which is to make it look like she's flying, and I like it. Not really going to go into too much detail with this because it's a clear piece of plastic, but if you want to get Mothra on it, then what you do is you move her wings and you move her limbs out of the way like so. And you want to make sure that this little peg right here is going forward like so. So, yeah. Anyway, you just plug in Mothra through this little gap right here. And there we go. Mothra is now flying, so yeah. And that's pretty much it for that. Not really going to go into too much detail with this. It's just a clear rod, so yeah. Anyway, now for the base itself. And the base here looks very nice, and I'm actually a big fan of how this looks. The metallic at the base looks very nice. And even the cocoon is, it doesn't look as nice as the base, but it still looks very nice. All the greens and blues and whatnot, it looks really nice and looks very accurate to Godzilla King of the Monsters, or what we've seen from it, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, the metallic here looks very nice, and there's even some shading on the inside here to give it a little bit more depth, and I like that. So the painting here is great. Of course, there's not going to be articulation, but the sculpting here looks great, and the detailing here looks very nice as well. The metallic detailing at the base looks nice, and the cocoon itself, again, looks very nice in terms of detailing as well. So now, there's a little hole right there. So what you want to do is you just want to plug that in there, and there you go. The base is complete. So we're just going to get that out of the way. Now for Mothra herself, and first we'll take a look at the painting on this figure. And the painting on this figure is actually very nice. So the body itself is painted a kind of a brownish color with bits of black weathering, which does look very nice. Her feet, the tip of her praying mantis hands, and the other pair of praying mantis hands, if my camera can focus, they're painted black, which does look nice. The eyes are painted a metallic blue, and the wings are very colorful. There are lots of yellows and oranges and blacks and whites, and honestly, the wings here actually look very nice. So everything's very well defined, everything here just looks great. And the thing I like about the wings is that they are transparent, as you can see here. So, yeah, I like that a lot. And that's pretty much it for the painting on this figure. It's not entirely accurate. There's some paint missing on her face, but other than that, the painting here looks very nice. So the paint gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the articulation, and to be fair, there's not a lot, but considering the type of figure we have here, it's actually surprising how much articulation they managed to sneak in. So, yeah. Anyway, the arms are on ball joints, as well as the legs. They're very limited, but they're on ball joints nonetheless. But anyway, each wing is on a hinge, so they both can go upwards, but there is a second pair that can go downwards. So you can kind of have like that pose that people usually like to have their SH Monster Arts Mothra poses in, but unfortunately the wings are kind of heavy, so you can't really do that, but yeah. And that's pretty much it for the articulation on this figure. Again, it's not great, but to be fair, this is a very small figure, so yeah. The lack of articulation is pretty understandable, so the articulation here gets a pass. Anyway, now I'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpting on this figure looks very nice. Everything about the sculpting here looks great. And this is actually the same model they used in the movie, I believe. It might be slightly modified, but yeah, no, this is the same model they used for the movie. And yeah, no, it shows. The sculpting here looks very accurate to the movie, so yeah, it looks great. It gets a pass. Anyway, now we'll take a look at the detailing. And the detailing on this figure, again, looks great. So going to the body, we have a lot of insect detailing, which looks nice. A lot of bits of armor, shell, whatever you want to call it, but either way, it looks very nice. The detailing here, I like that a lot. And the wings themselves are detailed very nicely as well. There are bits of fur on the wings, which does look great. Everything here is very well defined, and I like that a lot. And the front of the wings, there's not a lot here, but right here there is. And yeah. And honestly, that's pretty much it for the detailing on this figure. The detailing here looks great. I love how this figure looks in terms of detailing, especially the wings. The wings actually look very nice, so yeah. The detailing here gets a pass. So, at the end of the day, should you get this figure? Honestly, yes. This is the first non-Godzilla monster in the Godzilla line of NECA figures, and I feel like for the first one, this is actually a very nice figure. And I was actually scared to get this figure because after, taking a look at the NECA Godzilla 2019, I was a little scared because there were a lot of quality control issues with that figure, but this figure is pretty much perfect. Maybe some minor problems with the wings, how they don't really like to stay up, but other than that, this is still a very nice figure. So, yeah. Again, hopefully this opens the door for other NECA monsters in the line. So hopefully we get monsters like Anguirus or Gigan or whatever. I know I just said this at the beginning of this video, but I think an Anguirus would be great. And yeah, no, I just love Anguirus and would just love more of them. So yeah. Anyway, if you want to know how big this figure is, here it is next to Dr. Billy Grant. And in terms of prices, because I forgot to talk about that, the pricing for this figure, not bad. You're paying... The lowest you can pay for this is about like 20 or so bucks, but the highest is like 27 bucks or 28 bucks, and honestly, that's not bad. Later on, SH Monster Arts will be releasing their version of Mothra, which I have no interest in getting. Honestly, a lot of the SH Monster Arts for the 2019 line don't really interest me. Mothra doesn't interest me, Rodan doesn't interest me. King Ghidorah looks great, but there's no way I can afford him. He's way too expensive. I think figures like that should not be near $200 because King Ghidorah is like 180 bucks. So yeah, I'm all set with that price. And the only one in the line I have in the SH Monster Arts line, at least out of the 2019 line, would be Godzilla, but that's mainly because he's the cheapest. So yeah, that, and I saw him at Barnes & Noble. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, get this figure if you can. This is actually a very nice figure. So yeah. And even though the SH Monster Arts Mothra isn't out yet, I'd still say that this figure looks a lot better than the SH Monster Arts Mothra, so yeah. Anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zach out.